Introducing The Greenhouse with your host, Biggs or Gold.
I am Dorsey, ha ha ha, and welcome to the latest episode of The Greenhouse, episode 21. I am the phenomenal Dorsey from the Real Wrestling Show Dash blog, and as I said, this is a greenhouse where either myself or Big C runs through AEW Elevation and AEW Dark, gives our opinions, whatnot. Our opinions only, we are not professionals, we just enjoy wrestling. Mixing it up because it's freezing, I got a cup of tea. And I'm a weirdo because I got a Stella for the fella, which I got to crack open, ironically. But anyway, I hope you all had a good New Year's, I hope you all had a good Christmas. As I said, Real Wrestling Show Dash blog, co-host Dorsey this week. So, starting off with Elevation, we had match number 1, Riho versus Valentino Rossi. Weak head scissors take over by Riho, 619, the crossbody off the top gets 2. Running Samarato by Rio, Rio wins, Rio man of the match, just a bill for Rio, not a great match, although the green one has only wrestled for 7 months, the commentator said, so, you know, you can't really moan too much, but yeah, not too good. Match number 2 was JP Harlow versus Andrade. La Bruta gets a submission for Andrade. Andrade wins, Andrade man of the match. Nice how they're building Andrade, you know, he's in a big rivalry, but then he's still going on Dark and Elevation and picking up the little wins, so I like how they're building him, and it was a decent match. So yeah. Match number 3, Megan Bayne versus Layla Gray. 2 green ones, which me and Big C have always said we like to see. Layla Gray has a 0-10 loss record. Megan Bayne has a 0-3 loss record. So neither one of them, they're both looking for their first AEW victory. Big entrance by Megan Bayne, as in AEW gave her a big entrance, the Greek goddess gimmick. Big front power slam by Megan, pulls her up on the 2 count as a typical heel. She bullied her through the match. Tombstone by Bayne. Bayne wins, Bayne man of the match. Obviously they're looking to make something out of Bayne to give her that big entrance, in my opinion. It was their first win. Newbie versus newbie, which we always like to see, but not a great match, unfortunately. Match number 4 was Ray Jazz versus Scorpio Sky. Nice float over the top rope into a backslide, gets a 2 by Ray. Very original, I haven't seen that before, I don't think. Sky hits a TKO, Sky wins, Sky man of the match, short match, but Ray Jazz was very impressive for what little time they had. I gotta be fair, I did take notice of him. Build for Sky because obviously he's in the rivalry at the moment. Match number 5 was Mike Orlando, who is huge, and Shane Stetson versus Silver and Reynolds from the Dark Order. Reverse cross slam suplex beast by Reynolds. Spin doctor by Silver on the huge Orlando. Cutter German jackknife combo. Dark Order win. Silver man of the match for me. No, I think it was actually Alex Reynolds. I don't know why I've written Silver, but I remember it being Alex Reynolds. Entertaining match with a great wrestling moves by the Dark Order. Dark Order hit some very good original moves, in my opinion, in this match, especially Alex Reynolds. So moving on to Elevation's main event of the evening, I believe. I think there was only 6 matches on Elevation, which I like, only a 40-minute show. Being pretty consistent with that, so that's cool. So Pentagon versus Jake Atlas. Jake Atlas making his debut, former NXT, another one I was quite surprised WWE released because they seem to be high on him and giving him a bit of a push. But anyway, no Luther into the Pentagon's corner, I noted. Big leg drop kick, one leg drop kick by Atlas. Jumping flatliner by Pentagon gets 2. Snap German, high knee, and a cartwheel top rope DDT by Atlas was pretty fucking beast, I gotta be fair. And sorry, flip the page. Atlas wins. Atlas man of the match. Decent short match. Good fan build for Atlas. If he is or elite, I'm not quite sure. Quick note, I didn't write it down, but it's just come off the top of my head. There was no actual Elevation entrance this week. I don't know this, but off the top of my head, I'm reckoning because it's sort of like right on their faces, and their faces move kind of like a Rubik's Cube and that. And Big Swole is one of the first ones, so with the recent history that they've just had, it wouldn't surprise me if that's why they've just booted it straight off and they will make another one, I would expect. But yeah, that is it for... No, it's not. My bad. Elevation match number 7. Sky Blue versus Angelica Risk. Crossbody looked a bit crap by Blue, but I think it was both opponents' fault. They both mistimed it a bit. Spinning full Nason, face slam by Sky. Sky wins. Sky man of the match. Another green versus green. Nice build for Sky, and I'm a fan of both, but it wasn't a great match. But I do like Angelica Risk. She's been on it quite often. I've always quite rated her. Now we're on to the main event of Elevation this evening. There was 8 matches. Sorry, my bad. Rough around the edges, as you can tell, especially with me, because if you can tell by the end, at the beginning, I'm not the editor. Anyway, match number 8 was the main event. Jay Lethal versus Troy Hollyman. I think it was Troy's AEW debut. Sorry if I've mispronounced that. My writing is a bit shit. And it was Jay Lethal's AEW Elevation debut. Beastie Snap German gets 2 for Troy. That was a Beastie German, fair play. Lethal Injection. Jay wins. Jay man of the match. Nice match. Good build for Jay. Decent debut for Troy. Overall, Elevation, I enjoyed it. It was a good show. So yeah, that was all of Elevation. Yeah, pretty decent show overall, I thought. And only 40 minutes, which I always like. So, yeah, Elevation was alright. We'll move on to Dark. Match number 1 was Tony Nese versus Alan Angels. Good match, this one. Taz was mentioning all the way through commentary. Nese has been watching Hook. That's his prerogative. I would watch him too. Blah blah blah. Kind of building a storyline on commentary, which is nice. Beastie roll through kick gets 2 for Nese. Pump handle pile driver. Beastie gets 2 for Nese. Taz mentions at this point that Hook no-sold that move. Bigsy mentioned on the blog he didn't like that before. German into the middle buckle, then the running knee by Nese. Nese wins. Nese man of the match. Great match. Nice build for Tony Nese, who I like. And I liked him when he was on 205 Live, when it was actually half worth watching. Not I've watched it in like ever. Match number 2 was Dream Girl Eddie versus Anna Jay. Anna Jay back in competition pretty quick after that horrendous street fight on Rampage. And when I say horrendous, I mean vicious. I meant not horrendous. Beastie. Check that out if you haven't seen it. But anyway, not a very quick match. Dangerous J kick, Queen Slayer, pointless squash match, but build for Anna Jay. Match number 3, Rolando Perez, Austin Green, and Danny Primetime versus Gun Club. Austin hits the quick draw, Gun Club win. Austin man of the match, pointless squash match, just build for the Gun Club. Match number 4, Marina Sofia versus Valentino Rossi. Very MMA style match. Triangle choke by Sofia. A squash match for Sofia. they obviously want to build on Marina Sofia as well, so there's 2 green wins. And it was again a green versus a green. We've seen Valentino Rossi before, we've seen Marina Sofia before, she didn't win on her debut. So yeah, they're obviously putting into some of the younger talent as well, I think. Match number 5 was Bobby Fish versus Rising, who we haven't seen in a while. Fish exploded into the ropes, into the big roundhouse kick. Fish wins, Fish man of the match, pointless squash match, just build for Bobby Fish, I suppose. A lot of that on this show. I thought Dark Elevation was better because it was 40 minutes long, and Dark was an hour and 5 minutes long. There was a bit too many squashy, not needed matches, but anyway, that's just my opinion. Match number 6 was Layla Hirsch, Chris Statlander and Red Velvet versus Renee Michelle, Sofia Castillo and Marina Tucker, I think. Nice spinning DDT by Red Velvet. Hirsch tags herself in on the axe kick that Chris Statlander hits. For some reason, Chris Statlander didn't realise she'd been the blind tag. The ref's like, no pin. Layla Hirsch comes in, hits across armbar, kind of stealing the match from start to get the win. Velvet takes a lot of punishment during the match. So obviously, yeah, Hirsch, Statlander and Red Velvet win. I went with Red Velvet man of the match. Velvet takes a lot of punishment due to the disagreements between Hirsch and Stat. She was the one who kind of took the brunt of it in the match, which again builds to the story. I thought that was quite cool. Yeah, it was a good match by all. Storyline as well between Stat and Hirsch, and a nice build. Entertaining match. Match number 7 was Blanco Loco and Axton Ray versus the Acclaimed. Nice power slam by Caster. Anthony Gray almost botches the Matrix. Yeah, he goes to do the Matrix and sort of slips with one foot, but recovers. But he could have hurt himself bad, to be fair. Spin-out slam, mic drop, the Acclaimed win. Bowen's man of the match. Build for the Acclaimed, but an average match. Match number 8. Again, 2 of the not so much green wins, but up and comers. Well, Maddie Rankowski is still green. Jamie Hayter is a bit more known from the independents and stuff like that. But Jamie Hayter versus Maddie Rankowski, match number 8. Jamie Hayter just bullying Maddie through this match pretty much. Choke slam, rock bottom kind of move by Hayter. Then the brainbuster. Hayter wins. Hayter man of the match. Dominant performance by Hayter. Decent lineup, average match. Match number 9. Chandler Hopkins versus Dante Martin. Another one with Taz on commentary going, I've got shoddy lawyers, from Brooklyn or whatever, but I'm going to find out what happened with Leo Rush and Dante's contract, blah, blah, blah. And Leo Rush hasn't even been on the show for how many weeks or been affiliated with Dante since he really screwed him. So I really don't know why they still got Taz doing that part of the commentary, but anyway. Springboard moonsault, Dante wins, Dante man of the match, decent match. I do like Chandler Hopkins, though he's a decent little worker. I'm not saying sign him up, but every time he's been on Dark Elevation, he's put in a decent match or a decent performance. So yeah. Match number 10 was Ho Ho Hunt versus Sammy G. GTS, Crossroads, Sammy wins, Sammy man of the match. Nice little message to Cody, doing the Crossroads. Nice little bit of storyline. Decent match. Nice outing by Ho Ho. Yeah, it was alright. Then we had a Battle of the Belts promo, because obviously Sammy G will be challenging Cody for the TNT title, and Riho will be challenging Britt Baker. And then we had match number 11, which was Powerhouse Will Hobbs versus Colt Cabana from the Dark Order. One part of the match, there's a kind of a messed up backside, and the ref just makes the count, even though Hobbs' shoulders are blatantly off the mat. They're on top of Colt Cabana's shoulders. It was just weird. The ref just went down. Even Taz is like, what the hell's going on? This is a screw job. This is a screw job. My God. Blah, blah, blah. And it was. And I think it was a genuine botch, and Taz just couldn't cover it up. Like, you could blatantly tell. I was like, what's going on? So that was a bit of a big botch. The refs fought more than anyone. He should have just waved them off. Beastie Spinebuster by Hobbs. Nice impact on it. Torture Rack by Hobbs. Hobbs wins. Hobbs man of the match. Real entertaining match, as it always would be with Colt Cabana in it, and Hobbs, another good protege that's come out of Elevation and Dark. And then moving on to Dark's main event of the evening, which was JD Drake versus Brian Pelman Jr., which again, I think they've got the lineups all a bit wrong on this. I mean, even though JD Drake is a decent little wrestler, got a bit of a name now, and Brian Pelman Jr. has got a bit of a name, there have been bigger names, like Hobbs and Cabana would probably be more a main event than me, but anyway. Crossbody from the apron to the outside by Brian Pelman Jr. was decent. Jr. takes out Benoni, then the springboard clothesline. Pelman wins. JD Drake man of the match. Average match, just a build for Brian Pelman to work with a decent worker that is JD Drake, who can make him look good. But unfortunately for me, Brian Pelman just seems to have like the kind of same moveset, and it isn't that so I'm not that into him, and his promos ain't that great either. I'm not saying he's awful or he's shit on anything, but I do think he needs to have like a manager, maybe try going heel or something, because I can't see him going too far the way it is now, even though they're trying to push him, or they're giving him the chance at least. But anyway, yeah, I've been Dorsey. This is The Greenhouse, episode 21. As you can tell, I am not the editor, so unfortunately the friends of mine stuff gets a bit blurred with my TV on the pause part, so you can tell when Bigsy's doing the editing, so big up to Bigsy when he does do the editing. I do stuff as well, you know, we are a 50-50 team, honestly. Yeah, so, but that friends of mine thing is always there. It's on every beginning of every show, no matter what it is. Check out, you obviously, if you're watching this, you've seen it, but check out the Real Wrestling Show Dash blog, where me and Bigsy talk about Dynamite and Rampage, which is the main part of AEW, let's be fair. We've got merchandise memoirs, we've got backstage banter, you will see us at live shows like Cardiff, Takeover. There's all sorts of stuff on there. There's even me doing a Swanton Bomb off a bar in Cardiff Town, so on to someone. So yeah, check it all out. I've been Dorsey. This is The Greenhouse. Check out the Real Wrestling Show Dash blog. Like I said, friends of mine, check out them if you are in need of help or talking, or just have a story to tell or feel like helping someone else. Maybe put it on there. Whatever it is. Tough times right now with Rona, people losing jobs, people getting sick, whatnot. You know, you may need it, so it's there. So yeah, peace, people. Take care, and I will see you with my co-host Bigsy later on in the week for the Real Wrestling Show Dash blog. Peace.